do want to quickly ask the boys, because there's been a discussion about what is Carson Hocevar's nickname. The media has been trying their best over the last 7 or 8 months to give him the nickname Hurricane. I feel like that hasn't really stuck. The only people that I hear calling him Hurricane are usually people that are working with Fox. I don't really hear anybody else saying that. They're really trying to push the Hurricane. I heard Jordan Bianchi. It was either Jordan Bianchi or Jeff Gluck the other night on the Teardown call him the Show. I think it was Gluck that said it. Said his nickname should be the Show. I like that nickname. And then another one that's been popping up, and it hasn't really even been a nickname for him, but if you've seen the Chili's car that he's racing this weekend, a couple people on Reddit, and it started getting bigger and bigger, nicknamed his car the Intimidente. And I would love that personally. I think that's the pick, the Intimidente. I would rank it. Intimidente should be his nickname. The second would be the Show. And I don't like the Hurricane. I think the Hurricane is very forced. And I just don't think it doesn't really flow off the tongue really well. Carson, the Hurricane Hocevar, it just doesn't really flow for me. But I guess I'll start with Tyler on this one. What out of those three, what would be your pick for Carson Hocevar's nickname?
I mean, personally, I'm okay with the Intimidante. I'm perfectly okay with that because he has just as much heart for NASCAR as much as Dale did. Another guy that absolutely loved our sport inside and out, so and would be doing all these same things Carson's doing. So I can respect that 100%. But you definitely have everybody that's gonna throw their little fits about that. He's definitely gonna have that. But I don't think he cares. That's the thing. He wouldn't care. He's the perfect person you can put that nickname on, and he just wouldn't give a shit. He'd take it proudly and go about it. But he's also a show. I hate the hurricane thing.
I don't
That's
like the Hurricane.
stupid. It feels disrespectful.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Hurricane. I think it's a silly nickname. I'm not a big fan of that. I was all on board with the Show up until earlier today. I saw Intimidente and I'm like, that's the one. That's the name. But Cory, out of those three, which one do you prefer? Intimidente, the Show, or the Hurricane?
Um, I I kind of agree with what Tyler said. I like Intimidente. The only two issues that one Tyler already brought up is that it's gonna spark a little bit of outrage because you can't be quoted in the same sentence as the Intimidator. And then the only other gripe, which isn't a current issue, is that name goes
With Chili's.
if Chili's ever leaves the sport. Like, so it's not a name that's going to last forever. I personally like, and this one I just made up. I don't care if people don't like it,
Oh, we
but
have
the
a fourth
Hitman
entry.
Hocevar,
Hitman
I like
Hocevar.
Hitman Host. I like Hitman Hocevar better than the other ones, and better than Hurricane because say he keeps wrecking people or hitting people, he's still the Hitman. He's hitting people, or when he finally wins a race,
Hmm.
it's he's a hitman. He got his job done. He did, he killed it, right? But like, I know, I don't. I hate the Hurricane as well. That's dumb. Second, he starts winning races and losing the oh he's gonna wreck you persona. Like that that nickname's just null and void. It seems very forced. It's not. I don't know. I don't like it.
I just had a little bit of a brain blast when you said that Hitman thing. But right before I get to my brain blast on that, the one argument I would make when it comes to you can't mention Hocevar and the Intimidator in the same sentence, he's going to get a lot of hate for that. Well, he already gets a lot of hate, so I don't think that's going to change much. I think he's going to probably get around the same amount of hate and dislike that he gets from a lot of these people. And you are right. If Chili's leaves, so does the nickname. But with how much he's doing for Chili's, he owns a Chili's at this point. Chili's just had like their biggest year ever, I think, and I think Hocevar is probably a big part of that. So I'd be very surprised to see Chili's leave anytime soon. But let me get to my brain blast. You said Hitman Hocevar. The video game I think is called Hitman 47. What if we call him Hitman 77? I like that. Well, how do we feel about that, Tyler? How do we feel about Hitman 77 or Hitman Hocevar? How do you feel about either of those actually?
I don't like the Hitman thing either because it's another just run
Damn,
off of him
Daniel.
wrecking people. I mean,
That's what he
I
does.
don't know. I Yeah, but whatever.
Sting.
Who cares? So did Dale.
That's why he's
And
intimidating.
Intimidente.
Intimidate.
A
For
hitman,
life. And who
a
cares if
hitman's
Chili
also an assassin. A hitman's
Who
also an
cares if
assassin.
Chili's leaves? If Chili's leaves, it doesn't matter. He now owns Presidente. That is his
He does
logo,
own a
his
Chili's. That's
owner.
true.
So fuck it.
Yeah.
If they leave, they can leave. I don't give a shit.
All right, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. What is your opinion on Carson Hocevar on and off the track? And what do you think his new nickname should be? Should it continue to be the Hurricane, like how media is trying to force? Should it be the Show, like Jeff Gluck and Jordan Bianchi suggested? Should it be the Intimidente, like a lot of social accounts have been kind of suggesting? Or would you go with one of either mine or Cory's suggestion, where it's Hitman Hocevar or Hitman 77 or something like that? Or maybe you have a different nickname that I haven't heard of before for Hocevar. Let me know in the comments.